Jacobe, you only get
doing?
one UFC debut, and that probably went as good as you expected.
Absolutely. I got touched up. That's a part of the game, but it was a beautiful struggle in there tonight.
It's been a couple minutes since your fight, man. But overall, obviously you're gonna go back and watch it a couple of times because it ended so short. But how'd you feel about your performance?
I felt like I was forcing stuff a little bit on, and I could have relaxed a little bit more early. But as soon as I got touched, I gave him a right hand, and I think at the same time he was landing a jab. It kind of put me in a sense to where you need to relax, because if I do want to explode and lose all my energy, then it's going to turn into a wrestling match, and I don't want to just lay on top of him. I want to get out of here, put some hands on him, explode on him with these kicks. Use my hands, just the whole arsenal.
What was the game plan coming into it? Because it was on short notice, obviously. So was there any game planning, or was it just kind of like go in there and?
So this basically kind of went according to plan. The game plan for me was to throw straight. My right hand was going to put him out, right? The right hand touched him and shocked him, and I noticed that he wasn't out. But I noticed he wasn't responding the same way earlier in the fight that the good right hand landed. So I followed up with a hook, and it was all she wrote.
Was there any hesitation taking this fight because you only get one UFC debut, because it was short notice, or did your wrestling brain kick in, like you wrestle so much all the time, so like you're always ready?
Yeah, for me, I'm not just some dumbfounded fighter out here like, oh, I got an opportunity, I know what my abilities are, do I want to take it? For me, it's how is life right now? What am I dealing with any craziness, And outside of that, if those boxes are checked, then it's like, do I got more than a week to get in shape, If I got 7 days or so to get in shape, I'm not just, even if I'm sitting on the couch, I'm not just sitting there. I wrestle my son all day. I got a daughter that I'm having to bend over and hit high crotches with. So it's not like I'm a couch potato ever. So just give me a 1 week and anybody can get it.
When you finished him, you jump back and land on your back again. Was that a callback to your viral Fury celebration, or is it?
Actually, I was thinking about my contender fight whenever they were pulling me off and I didn't knock him out, or I didn't get a walk-off knockout or something. I just didn't want it to be finished, So when he was pulling me off, I was like, just jump back, and just kind of fell back because I like rolling around, little gymnastic guy.
When you were on the regional scene, you were asking, like, you want to fight, you want to be active. Now that you're in the UFC, you can be as active as you basically want. So what's kind of your plan for 2025?
Finish this whole contract out, get a new one, build any holes in my game, and then attack for a championship early 2026.
So you're looking for a title shot next year?
Halfway through the year, anything can change with me, If you know me, you get me 6 months on a road just hard working with something, I can be ready. So halfway through the year, renegotiate that contract before it's up. I'll take out Belal right now. I believe it.
You did mention Belal. He said knock knock. What do you think of him as a champion?
I respect him. I see myself in him because, everybody want the flashy knockouts. Everybody. I don't think he's gotten a knockout in his career at all, and just people not wanting to be around you just because of who you are and stuff. And then people really start finding out who you are, you want them to keep that same energy, He's just a real-ass dude, and, kudos to him for becoming a champ.
When would you like to return?
January 18th.
So you'll fight next week if
Realistically, I want to spend a month or two with my daughter, but anything can happen. Call me, we can negotiate. January 18th, money right, I'll be right back.
When's Kyle Crutchmer going to get in the UFC?
Whenever they stop playing and come watch us, pull up to Fortis, come watch us train. Dude, we're the best gym in the world for a reason. And, I mean, this shit ain't just, these dots aren't connecting on their own. It's something going on in there, and that's one of my main partners. I'm throwing it out there. He whooped my ass more so than I whoop his. He a big guy outside when we ain't down to weight, you know. That's my skill coach pretty much, you know, outside of Fortis. You know, that's my brother. You know, we got Jeff Neal in there, you know. All these dudes are dogs and can be just like me, you know. So don't look past any of the welterweights, nor, you know, my dude Nick Piccinini. We on the come up, Cowboy Nation. Let's ride.
And finally, for me, big win in your UFC debut. How do you celebrate this? And I guess, you know, some fighters wait until you get that first win to like say that you're a UFC fighter. Did you believe that? And then how do you celebrate that?
Come again? I didn't quite get that.
Some fighters believe that you have to get your first win in order to be like call yourself a UFC fighter, right?
Yeah.
Were you that belief?
No, I don't really look into that. I believe I'm better than all these dudes, just raw. I'm a raw athlete. I'm raw as fuck at anything I want to do. Give me 6 months at doing something specific or working on it, and I'm world class at it. You know, play me in basketball. Any of y'all want to hoop? So.
How do you celebrate this win?
With my family. I go home, hug my kids. My birthday, I'm turning 29 on the 17th. I'm just gonna go home and just hug on my kids. I'm a couch potato, but not a lazy one. You know, I still get up and work, but as soon as I'm done working, I want to get right back on the couch and cuddle my little girl before she walking and running and like pushing me away.
Congrats.
Appreciate you.
Well done tonight, sir. Maybe not to your left.
Gotcha.
You talking about hoop, but that knockout was nothing but net. If that's a $50,000,
Yeah.
what are we doing this weekend?
Bottles popping, baby. I'm pretty much generic, you know, southern as fuck. You know, I'm gonna go home and just act like I ain't got nothing. That's going in the bank account. I'm homeschooling my kids, you know, bills are racking up, and I'm just gonna stay smart financially and until I'm pulling up like Dana White is in a fucking Ferrari or whatever he's driving, you know. Job's not done.
Right now, man. Walk me through that finish, please. Last for me. Right hand, left hook, picture perfect. Like right in the pocket, doesn't get any prettier than that. How did you see that opening?
I saw it because training a lot, I like to leap in for that hook. I got a nice left hand. I'm a sniper, kind of. But, you know, you can't lead with that. You know, in my wrestling, I couldn't fake that and lead straight from that, so I had to mix it up. No better throwing straights, leading out into the hook. So as soon as that right hand landed, I just knew. Before I was even releasing the hook, I knew this touch him, he going out. And when it happened, I didn't even want to follow up with the hammer fist, but then the beast took over. Gave him 2 hammers and then flipped out. That's all she wrote.
Yes, sir. Congrats on the win. Well done.
Appreciate you.
You were talking about the gym, about Ford. It's just a quick one about there, kind of a fun one. So who would you say is the hardest hitting, and who's the guy that you don't like to get on the mat with, that you know that you're just going to have to work extra hard? Who are some of the names?
Truthfully, all of them.
Yep.
Ramiz, Jeff, Kyle. Who else in there? Max, guy. All of them. If I don't want to wrestle one day, I'm avoiding Kyle. I don't want to strike one day, I'm avoiding Jeff. I don't want to get choked out, I'm avoiding Ramiz, you know. If I want to even play and match chess, I'm going with Max, you know. It's just, what's not sore that you can put more fight in towards this morning?
And the last one, you mentioned you didn't want to do the wrestling out there. You wanted to keep it in your hands. Now, your wrestling has obviously been a great base for you that allows you to work on your other skills. But is there any danger in focusing and not working on the wrestling, that you think at some point it might get less as one of your strongest skills, or is it so good that you don't have to worry about your wrestling? And how do you keep that balance between working towards your striking and new things, but keep your wrestling at the top of the game?
It's raw, baby. It's raw. It's natural. You know, it'll never go. For me, if I need to activate my wrestling or I feel like something ain't going right, I just start doing backflips, you know, explosions, all kind of stuff just to get my body in shape, you know, gymnastic type shit. When I know I can do 25 to 30 backflips in a row and then enter in a scramble with Kyle Crutchmer and whoever gets the takedown gets $50 that day, I know I'm ready. And give me 2 or 3 days of doing that. We some crazy boys from Oklahoma State. We got some secrets, you know. Won't say too much.
Did you do gymnastics growing up?
No, my daddy put me on top of a trash can and told me to do a flip, and I did it. Got good at it.
Yeah. How many times till you got your first successful backflip?
The first time he put me up there, he said, "Throw your fucking head back or I'm gonna smack you." He did it, you know. Grew up with the tough love, you know, but rightfully so.
Well, look what it's done.
Absolutely.
Congrats on the victory.
Appreciate you.
Jacobe, congrats on the victory. Obviously, your emotions were showing as you were walking out of the cage. Just kind of walk me through what was going on through your head during that time.
Man, I feel like I've been broken down, man. I'm glad you asked that because coming right out of college, you know, I wanted to be a 4-time champ, only won it twice, you know, then transferred over to Oklahoma State, you know, only All-American once, doing all that. I know what I'm capable of, you know, and I had to get surgery, and I was down bad, but I was still taking fights. I had knee surgery and wrist surgery, and I'm just now getting to the point where it's like I done forgot about it. And all through this, my wife has been taking care of me. She a dietitian, Baylor Scott and White, and it just feels good to know that Daddy is finna be taking care of everybody. You know, you don't need to work if you don't want to work, and you know, Daddy, I'm keeping my word. You know, my goals are coming true. You know, I wrote this down years before I got the surgery, and it's becoming. I wrote a book about this, and it's actually unfolding. You know, won't say too much on it because I'm trying to build some things on top of it, but there's some nice shit coming from Jacobe Smith.
That's awesome to hear, man. Obviously, with you mentioning Belal and now your aspirations for gold and next year, when we look at that 170-pound division, we know it's kind of going through a shift right now where we see younger fighters break into some good spots. So what do you make of this current state of your division, and how do you see yourself kind of crashing the party for other fighters with aspirations?
Just whenever I receive a call, whoever on that card, whatever God waving his hand to make happen, I feel like it's gonna, if I'm in that, I feel like it's gonna be picture perfect for me. You got all these young guys like Prades or Prats, whatever his name is, you know, they're good striking and all this and all these other guys, but I'm just not really too caught up on anything that's in the division right now. You know, the evolution is a real thing. You got kids that's coming up, them the ones I'm really worried about, you know, and until somebody show me something, ain't nobody really showed me nothing. I ain't scared of nobody, I'm ready for whatever, and give me the right amount of time, sign a line with anybody.
Awesome. I'm sure you just raised some eyebrows by doing what you just did to an experienced opponent like Preston Parsons. So what message do you think you did send out after doing what you just did?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Congrats.
Appreciate it.